The program is brought to you by...
Have you tried Smuckers on your muffin? If you haven't tried Smuckers on your muffin might not taste as good as it could. Smuckers. It's always been there. It's always been good. Because with a name like Smuckers, it has to be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is Tuesday, June 16th. The world is on fire. It has been since January. You're listening to the program. My name is Robbie Coates. In the studio today, we have Mr. Victor Valere, in some order like that, and Derek Twigs McConnell. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good
Twigs.
to be here.
Vic.
Very good to be here.
Doing great, other than the status of the fucking country.
So every day when we're going to do this show, I go to sleep at night with all this news on, and I think, wow, we're going to have to talk about this on the program tomorrow. This is what the program's going to be about. And then the next day rolls around. The program still hasn't started because that's in the afternoon, and so much more is happening. The things from yesterday seem irrelevant already. They seem like
I'll tell you, it's insane.
So what are we talking about now? What's going on? Listen, I just heard, now this comes from The Blaze, and this is relayed to me from another source, actually. So, I mean, I haven't had time to actually check myself because everything's fucking crazy. That California is going to be on lockdown for another 3 months now, which doesn't surprise me at all. Does that surprise you? I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say that that's what the news is. And that's what the news is. And now the rest of the story. I'm just going to report it as the news because I believe it.
Country out
Drop my notepad.
California wants to be its own country, right?
California wants to kill everybody in California. It's what they want. They want submission. They don't like America. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think they like America? Look, does anyone out there feel cared for in California? Do you think that Gavin Newsom cares for you, the individual, with your hopes and your dreams and your ambitions, your life, your one life to live? Does he care about you?
Right now, it's not looking good.
No.
That guy's a soulless demon, period.
Yes, absolutely. Does anyone have a news feed open? I'm just getting set up over here. I would like to verify that this is actually happening in California.
I think it's got. I mean, this has to be extremely fresh.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything
Information
yet.
here.
Yeah, I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking it's brand new
Well,
as of just like an hour ago.
They haven't officially gotten off of the other lockdown yet, right?
Well, I thought that they were
just starting to.
some things. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that they're just going to go full bore again. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised. I'm just going to go ahead and tell everyone that's what's happening, and tomorrow it will be true. Let's just watch. It'll be Twigs, how's the woods?
It's a little wet out there, so I haven't been able to spend a whole lot of time.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
been
shame.
raining here a lot in Southwest Florida.
I got my little spot, but I can't go deep in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You mean out there where that boggy area is, that big circle marsh type situation going on?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So, Black Lives
that's
Matter.
his spot. That's where everything comes together.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm just rolling along. I guess we're still talking about the woods. We could spend a little minute on the woods because I feel like I need to be in the woods. Listen, that's an escape for you, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, it helps. It's kind of a place to just go gather your thoughts. I can relax out there, you know.
sounds
Everybody's
fantastic.
everybody's got their own thing, but that's where I decompress.
Well, I'm looking for a thing, man. I'm looking for one of those things. I don't know how to decompress anymore. I used to do. I can't do. You know? Used to surf. Hey, I used to be a pilot. That was all.
I know. I got some pretty badass videos too.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't even know if that's legal anymore. I saw a plane flying over the beach today, actually. Went out to the beach for a minute. Do you have any idea how packed Inglewood Beach is every day right now? I mean, on a Tuesday,
I haven't seen it, but I believe it.
it's packed. I think that they're coming from all over the state, maybe even out of the state, because this is one of the only places where you have any freedom in the country right now.
Exactly.
It's summertime.
We definitely don't have it as bad as most. That's for sure.
That is for sure. But there have been so many illegal things going on. I mean, what on earth? What right does anyone have to tell someone they have to shut down their business for a cold virus going around? Folks, coronaviruses are a class of cold virus. You know, when you get a cold and it's just a cold.
Hey, Mr. Coates.
Yes.
Hollywood. Isn't it on the bottle, on the can of Lysol? Isn't that Lysol kills it?
I'm pretty sure Lysol disinfects 99.99% of all viruses and bacteria.
Careful, Mr. Trump. Don't go talking about disinfectant now.
Listen, if you want to survive coronavirus, you need to drink a bottle of bleach and you need to spray Listen, the only way to do it is to spray Lysol in your eyeballs. It's the only way. Right in your eyes, because it's a mucous membrane. That way it gets to you faster and you bypass all those metabolic pathways that occur in your gut, right?
Fellas,
it's like, yeah.
You see this television up here?
Yeah, I do. Do you guys like how I'm actually going into an explanation about why you need to put Lysol in your eyes?
I'm getting rid of ESPN.
Yeah, I've heard. So, Victor, let's talk about ESPN, CNN, or whatever you were calling it. What is the
ESPCNN?
Aha. Tell us about that.
Okay, so I think they've just been out of sports a little too long, and they have no idea what to do. They just keep playing replays, and sports are starting to get going. But man, they're really hammering the Black Lives Matters, and they're letting guys say whatever they want on there, and they're backing up the kneeling at the games. And I'll tell you, I'm canceling the sports package, ESPN, all that.
A lot of people are, and that's going to start catching on. You watch. People are going to start doing that. They're going to cancel the NFL package. Nobody wants to see that shit. That was people's escape. You know, I dropped off on sports a while ago. I mean, I enjoy being in the atmosphere, you know, having a little bit of fun with friends or whatever. But I was never, you know, the last several years, I was never a diehard. You know, I mean, if everybody wanted to go out to the bar and grab a drink and watch a game or something, sure. But that was people's escape. And if they can't even go watch a game or go to the bar and watch a game without this shit being just shoved in their face, they're going to disown it. It's going to be gone.
Yeah. Listen, I know people whose their entire lives are football. I know women who are so in love with football that basically their whole, I mean, it seems to me like their life is football. Everything they care about is football. So football is a big deal in America.
Absolutely.
It's a big goddamn deal.
I'll tell you what, I haven't missed, I don't think I've missed one Steeler game in my entire life since I was a kid. And if I'm working on the job on a Sunday, I have it on my radio live. I listen to the downtown Pittsburgh guys, KDKA guys. You know, they got like Wolf and who else they got? I can't even think of them right now, but they got a couple serious announcers, and I'll tell you, it's like you're almost there live. But if I see any kneeling or anything, you know, these guys got to focus on the game. These guys are dropping passes. They're dropping passes. Half of these guys don't have the seasons they're supposed to, and you wonder why, because they're so focused on kneeling and causing fucking problems. Work on your fucking pass. Get your passing game down. You know, show it through performance. You know, show it through your performance. Throw an 80-yard pass completion for a touchdown. You'll get your respect. You will.
So I don't really know much. You know, I'm not a big.
Well, you don't have to be.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, you know, they've literally teamed up with the ESPN and these news networks, and they're totally backing everything. They're coordinating with the video games. They're you know, this is a bigger infiltration project than I thought. I didn't realize. I mean, I realized I've known a lot of this, but I didn't actually realize
Exactly.
how many mother effers are in on this big weird transformation. And ESPN, they had a quick little in and boom. Next thing you know, they're a political network.
Well, look, I mean, doesn't Disney own them? Who owns them? They got acquired.
I think it's Disney.
Years ago. And I mean, that's game over. Game over.
Exactly. They have the Disney. What happened to Disney?
Hey guys, don't mind me. Basic dude stuff.
Is that a what is that? The lemon pure leaf.
You guys seen that one? I want to interrupt real quick. You seen that one guy with the beard on Facebook? He does the basic dude stuff.
No.
We got to pull that. We either have to have him on the show, or we at least need to play a clip. Maybe I'll pull it up here or something. But basic dude stuff, and this guy's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, he's blowing up online. It's great. This dude's great. See, and that's what it takes. This guy found a little niche and then just rolled with it.
He's probably bored. He was probably bored during quarantine. Start throwing some stuff out there, and next thing you know, he's viral.
He's just a dude's dude. He does dude stuff. Like, he's got a GTO in the garage. He lives on property. The dude's always coming up with crazy exercises. He's a professional rock thrower.
What, professional rock thrower?
Full-blown tactical guy.
How do you get that? How do you get to who? Where?
He's a dude. He knows everything. He knows how to tie every knot.
He's a dude's dude. How come
he knows that basic dude stuff?
Where was rock throwing career day in school? How do you be a professional rock thrower? It's a survival
skill, because if you have the right rock and you blast something in its head, I mean, you can slow it down to catch it.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you're not going to see professional rock throwing on ESPN, so go ahead and just sign me up for that package.
Absolutely.
I like the what are they called? The Highlander, the strongman event. What are they do in Scotland where they throw the telephone pole
like
end over?
World's strongest man or something like that?
Yeah, but it's a specific. It's not. It's a Scottish thing. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it though.
Yeah, they do it in kilts.
Yeah.
Well, they do it in kilts, but don't you dare make fun of these dudes. They'll pop your head like a friggin' like it's an orange. These guys.
That's probably one of the events. Head popping. God, look, guys, I just want to go back to life. I just want to go back. I mean, it's not like we have things good in Florida here, but I cannot. I am so worried about everyone else. I'm worried about Florida still, because obviously you see what's going on in China. China, all of a sudden, China had no new cases for what? China was, as far as coronavirus is concerned, they were, as far as cases, I mean, other than just Chinese lies, people have been talking about Chinese lies in the World Health Organization and ties to communist China. But as far as like cases, we haven't heard anything out of China since how many months ago? I mean, we've been doing this for 6 months now, right? Has it been 6 months already? Coronavirus?
Just a damn about
4 to 5 solid months.
Look, where all of a sudden China has a resurgence somewhere, and they're saying it came from some kind of meat market, some kind of buffet, some Chinese buffet somewhere. Some like,
listen, I'll tell you right now, Trump ain't gonna listen to any of that bullshit from here on out when it comes to China. So I wouldn't even worry about what's going on over there. They're gonna shove it in your face for sure. But I would just try to focus on Trump's narrative, and as long as he sticks to what he's been saying, where he ain't gonna shut down again. Look. We'll put out the fires like he was saying, we'll put out the fires if something flares up, but we are not shutting down again. And as long as that narrative stays, we're going to be okay in Florida, because DeSantis is, he's best buds with Trump.
But what about Cuomo and Newsom and all the rest, all the ilk, all them? What about
I feel bad for the people.
It's a battle.
I feel bad for him.
It's part of the machine.
Yeah, but see, Trump, what is Trump going to do about that unless he comes in and imposes some sort of federal oversight? I mean, in America, we have a federal system of government, which means you have states, which are basically little countries.
I'm showing you right now.
Yes, but what is he going to do for the people of California unless he comes in and
It's not his responsibility unless the governors request help. It's that simple. And they won't, because they want to see this shut down.
What do we do at the program for California? That's what I'm driving at. Continue, Twigs. I'm sorry.
No, no. I mean that was essentially all I had to say. I mean, either they're going to ask for help and try to get well, it's pretty much its own country over there, and get it back in order, or they won't. And then Trump will let it fizzle unless it gets extremely hostile and violent, which is not it's not completely out of the question.
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's already getting pretty hostile and violent just a little bit north of them. Hey, guys, did you know that the first recorded case of coronavirus was in Seattle, and it came directly from China? It was a Chinese. I don't know if he was an American or not, but he was Chinese. He's either Chinese background or from China or Chinese American or something like that. Anyway, he came straight from China on an airplane, landed in Seattle, and he tested positive for coronavirus. I don't know when the flight landed, but January 30th. First confirmed case. First of all, how do you confirm a case before a test exists? Ladies and gentlemen, don't you see that this whole thing is just a lie? It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Okay, it's alive. No, it's a lie. Folks, January 30th was the first case, and this is where the autonomous zone is now. This is where the fucking Antifa dweebs. Listen, they're a bunch of dweebs. Where are the bodybuilders in Antifa? Where are the Dwayne The Rock Johnsons and where are they?
I just read an article about this, and apparently it's night and day over there. Literally, during the day they try to fluff it up, and everybody's having fun, and then at night those bad MFers come out, and that's when the trouble begins. But
go ahead.
Wiggs
is saying when he's finished. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, last night I seen some live video. A couple guys had to rush down to the business right by the autonomous zone.
Yep.
They had a guy in there spraying a spray can that was on fire, as a little mini blowtorch.
Oh yeah, like a can of Aquanet or something.
He was setting the place on fire. These guys, a whole family rolled up with weapons, automatics and shit, full blown gear.
Listen,
bulletproof vest, chest gear. Went in, put the fires out, brought the two people out. Then the guy took off. Then they went to the autonomous zone looking for him. They found him. And then the autonomous zone police, they all surrounded him. And then this dude was getting beat up. He was 19, little Spanish kid.
Yeah.
So this other dude was beating him up. They were beating him up. They're like, give up what you got in your bag. So they beat him up. And it's pretty, there's no due process in the autonomous zone. You just get beat up. And the guys with the guns, the business owners, got the fuck out of there, because at that point they wanted nothing to do with the beating. So basically the autonomous zone police, I mean, we're talking just a full on, just give it up, just give it up, boom. So
we're basically talking about vigilantism. It's
vigilante. Yeah, this is the wild west.
Seems that seems like the way it has to be now, right? I mean, hey, look at these two. That's fucking scary. Look at that. I could never do that. Do you see that? See that? Look at this background. Look at what they're. Jesus Christ. Can't even look at that. I got to get that off of the seat. But this is much more natural to me. I could do that. That's way better. Way better. So here's Donald Trump in Seattle right now. In the background, see that? That's Donald. That's Trump. That's Antifa. It's coming. So, there's the Stig on a lawnmower, guys. I just want to go back to life. Doesn't everyone just want? What was? Look, folks.
No, not everybody does. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, not everybody on TV.
There's been a lot of people. You want to know what's funny is liberals will say, "Oh, if there is another second wave, it's not going to be from all these people gathering in the streets and this. It's from Memorial Day." That's the big one-liner. It's from Memorial Day because the beaches were packed. It's not.
Say that again. Say that again. How does this relate to Memorial Day?
Basically, the big liberal scapegoat here is basically what they're saying is it's because of Memorial Day. If there's a second wave, it's because the Memorial Day gatherings. It's not because of the
Not
3
because of
weeks
the
of
riots.
protest.
Not
Not
because
because
people
of the
being
funerals and the
beaten to
million
death.
man marches and stuff. No, it's
Yeah.
because of Memorial Day.
Not because they're literally bloodying people
That
up
I've
and
been
getting
wanting to
people's
get off my
blood all
chest,
over each
'cause
other and
that
spreading
bothers the
blood
hell
around.
out of me right there.
What fell? What now?
That bothers the hell out of me that's their talking point. Yeah, it's Memorial Day.
Isn't it
Yeah,
astonishing
I mean-
that people they have the audacity that they can put that on the news, that they can actually say stuff like that on TV? Twigs, it looks like you have something to say.
I have the studio lights going, folks. That's why I'm wearing my shades. I've been out in the sun all day on an island working. I got lights on in the bunker studio here. I'm chilled out. So
I think you look good, man.
hey, man, I'll do whatever I want. It's my bunker.
Twigs, it looked to me like you were just dying to get something out just a second ago.
Shoot.
No. I mean, I'm just pissed off, man. And I'm right there with Vic. Like, I mean, this is so insane what's going on right now. I mean, I'm glad we got to start the show off laughing, but I mean, those are hardly even genuine laughs. I mean, it's like you almost don't have a choice anymore. It's like I got beyond anger, and then I just started. You know what? I mean, you just laugh. But now I'm starting. But now I'm starting to get pissed off again. Yeah, I mean, we were joking around. We weren't laughing at this particular situation, but I mean, we were just joking off and joking around. But like now, I'm getting pissed again because Vic, you brought up a good point, man, and I keep hearing that same thing. Like, oh, it's Memorial Day. That's the cause of it. It's not the 400,000 people that were out gathering for this Black Trans Lives Matter gimmick in Brooklyn. It's like. No, it's going to be the guys that were out on the beach having fun, barbecuing.
Yeah,
it's
30,
so dumb.
40 days ago, yeah.
there was a Black Trans Lives Matter event in Brooklyn?
Yeah, it was big. It was huge. That's real. It was huge.
It was
and that's fine. But let me tell you, those types of events are actually, they come out, they do their event, and they're gone.
It was peaceful.
They don't do the same every day, try to shut shit down.
It's starting to sound like a sandwich. BLTM, Black Lives, BTLM. Can I get a BTLM?
I don't know.
I like that on sourdough.
Let me get a BLM sandwich, rye bread, toasted.
On rye bread.
Not too dark, not too light, just a mix of everything, because I don't really want to offend anyone. A nice BLM sandwich.
Extra mayonnaise, please.
Guys, can I shift gears for 1 second?
Let's shift gears, please. I got to get out of this gear.
So, real quick, we have to bring this up. The funding, apparently, and I kind of known this since 2013 because Black Lives Matter spent a lot of time in the White House with Mr. Obama. I think there was just one big party planning. Free catering.
He threw a lot of parties.
Oh yeah, all the toilet paper and catering you can imagine.
Yeah, a lot of whatever you call them, round table. What did he do? He had a beer with a few people.
Oh well, yeah, they had big talks and negotiations and get the groundwork for this to, come to a head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so have you guys ever been?
Well, you know what?
Go ahead. Twigs, what do you got to say?
No, I'm just going to say, to go back to the BLM sandwich.
Yeah.
I like that. whoever coined that's brilliant.
I don't think we were getting off of the BLM sandwich.
Well, I mean, I got into it with some people about this whole thing. And one of the things there's a lot that pisses me off about it, but all this money that they're raising, and I know you guys probably saw those videos circulating on where it goes, that it goes to Act Blue, and then those are that all goes to just a bunch of liberal.
That's where I was trying to head with this. Absolutely.
But you can take that away. You can expand on that. But out of all that money that they raise and all this change that they're trying to make, the thing that really pisses me off, I saw an article a few days ago on their website. This isn't commentary from somebody else. This isn't like an op-ed or something. This is on their website. They are going ahead and they're going to release $6.5 million in funding for their community organizers. They're not donating it to charity. They're not doing anything to benefit the actual Black lives that need something.
They're paying themselves.
They're the machine.
Yeah, they're opening it up for they're opening it up to these what they call chapters, and they're making those funds available for a nationwide. What you're seeing right now, absolutely, they're pouring gas on
Okay,
it.
so can we
Yeah.
agree that everything that's happened so far is all because of the Democratic Party?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what.
100%
Yep,
Absolutely.
and China.
responsible.
Nancy
Well,
Pelosi,
you know what?
Chuck Schumer and the like,
That's a
and
different country. They can do their thing. They're pieces of shit. We know it.
It's not.
The
It's not.
government,
It's not though. The libs,
not the
the
people,
libs,
the government.
the libs and the Chinese Communist Party are one and the same. I am telling you that. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
absolutely.
China owns them.
yeah, it's
They-
becoming
China-
painfully obvious.
It's. I mean, it has been. I mean, it's been that way for a long time, but it is ridiculously obvious now.
Well, I hope everyone's waking up to it, guys. I got to tell you, the 10-minute timer flat. We're the show's over in 8 minutes and 16 seconds,
All right,
basically.
well,
That
we
gives
have
us
our countdown here.
look.
So
We'll keep going. I got a 1 minute advance on it, so
I don't like how
and-
the money is being. You would think that they would take their donations and put them into the neighborhoods. like
That's
they're
where it should
saying they
start.
need. But
That-
instead, it's just
No, they
going
wanna
to
burn the
campaigns
neighborhoods.
and everything, and not just the campaigns, but different. This part of the campaign, and that they are ridiculous. Ridiculous. They
I
are
don't-
every bit of ridiculous. I can't even. I can't even imagine what the hell is even going on with this stuff. And you can see it when you see their community organizers and the people that are all.
what are they organizing?
Confused.
Their community does
Well,
not
that-
appear organized.
They're organizing the crime. That's it. They're organizing their hit
Well,
spots.
you know-
they're gonna.
You realize that's absolutely right, and you realize that Obama was a community organizer before he was a senator, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
what he did. Like this is all connected. Like this is not an
rabble-rousing.
accident. This is not an
his
accident.
Group. This is his creation.
It's the same thing. Back when he was running, it was Acorn, right? I mean, and now they all just have different names. I mean, whatever they throw shit out there, and whatever sticks, they take it and go with it. But it's all the
Well,
same
we
group
want
of
to
people.
thank
It's all
Hannah
the same group of people.
Giles for taking them down, and her counterpart. They took down Acorn. Acorn was the worst of the worst of the worst. I mean, you might think this crime organization BLM is bad. Acorn was that on steroids. There was prostitution with little girls. This was Obama's baby,
Yeah.
and it got put out real fast. They threw a blanket on top of it and put it out, and that was it. And I think people were told, "Hey, keep it on the hush hush." But
Yep, and it just
Acorn-
transformed.
Acorn was the corn that fell, and that with healthcare destroyed the Obama name.
Look, there
right
are in the path to a
Yep.
centralized government, to total government control over the
That
individual
last
requires.
little acorn.
Yeah, they just changed their names. They just changed. All they're doing is passing the ball, man. It's the same team. They're all on the same team.
It's fun. It's fun to watch. I mean, as disgusting as it is, it's fun to just watch. I mean, it's like watching kids play. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And it's like watching kids play with fire, or
or
guns.
something.
Yeah.
Or like watching a
Chemicals or
12-year-old
something.
get into a fucking Mercedes and drive down the freeway.
Oh man.
The wrong way down the freeway. Oh my God! Look, I can't believe. I wish we had more time, guys. There are so many things I'd like to talk about. I don't even know if this has actually truly been 40 minutes or will have been 40 minutes. I feel like
Yeah, we're
Time
gonna.
flies when
Yeah,
you're
we're gonna
having
have
fun.
to. We're gonna have to figure out maybe just a little bit longer of a format.
We'll expand on it, fellas. This show is a 30-year project. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to get better. It's only going to
these
get
are basically
bigger.
teasers.
We're gonna be bringing
Yeah.
in all-star guests. This show is just starting, folks, and it is going to expand in ways you can't even imagine. You're going to want to stay tuned.
Well, good.
And, this is a fight we're in right now. This isn't all we talk about, but it's important that we do because we're in a battle. This is
Yeah,
a
it's a
battle.
war. We have so much to
It's
talk.
a
There's so
war on
many
the
things that I
shore.
want to discuss. I mean, there's so many things. I wanted to get it. Okay, in the next show, next couple shows, sometimes this week, I want to get into Black Lives Matter and trace their history back to the Nazi party or whatever, to Nazi Germany. Look, they're all the same folks, fascist, Antifa, anti-fascist, right? Who cares if they're anti-fascist? They're fucking Nazis, folks. I mean, literally. You go. We're gonna. Do you guys want to do that next time? Let's.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't have enough of an itinerary going into this, and it's mostly my fault because I take so long getting set up here. But I mean, even if I just had a few things written down, I always think I'm going to. But everything is so overwhelming.
That's not a problem, Rob. A lot of this is just generated from the brain.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, we're just
like,
spitballing here.
Yeah, but I mean, what we need to do is really, really. I mean, these are basically teasers. I mean, this show is going to evolve and grow, but we need to. I want to have a show where we just talk about one thing the whole show, like Jeffrey Epstein's island. You know, what is the deal? Have you seen photos of his island? These satellite photos with that temple on the island. That weird. What is that, ladies and gentlemen? It's not just because he's an eccentric billionaire. I can show you lots of billionaires who have lots of toys, and nobody except him has a private island with a fucking temple on one side and a regular-looking house on the other, and this big, giant, fucking weird, crazy, weird, creepy-looking building.
Oh.
Look, what is it, folks?
They perform satanic rituals. I mean, it's painfully obvious. That's what they do.
It is obvious, but it's painfully obvious too that there are still so many people. I hope there are less now, but so many people that will just dismiss that out of hand, like, oh, that's ridiculous conspiracy theory. That's just, he just has a lot of money and he wanted to, they don't, they can't see past the tips of their own noses. They don't think, they're not. I don't think these people are very creative. These ones who just dismiss this shit.
They're comfortably numb. They don't care.
Yeah. Little Floyd.
Absolutely. Well said, Twigs.
But hey, let's end on a positive note. How about, we never got a chance to circle back to Elon Musk and say what you want about him, but SpaceX getting up into the space station, that's pretty cool stuff.
That is pretty cool. I'm glad it's happened.
Yeah, I think that's good stuff.
And Musk is coming out as an American. I mean, he seems like a pretty freedom-loving, liberty-loving guy. I mean, he seems like he's generally on our side. He's out there mouthing off like I am, a little later than I am, but he has a lot more money and a bigger platform than I do.
Yeah, well, he cut a deal with Trump. Trump cut through some red tape for him to be able to pull that off. So I think he's on Trump's on his good side for now. Let's see if it stays that way.
So, guys, I think we can agree. Go ahead, Rob. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Look, let's just make our closing statements. Vic, do you want to? I'm showing 2 minutes left on the meeting. 2 minutes exactly.
Well, perfect. I just wanted to make sure people know when we, next show, we're going to dive into Epstein, and we're going to keep talking about Black Lives Matters, and we're going to try to trace back a little bit here and pinpoint exactly that starting. I think 2013 in Obama's office is the true start date, but we'll dive in a little deeper. Twigs?
Look, this is a war, plain and simple. This is modern day civil war. We got to start treating it that way. And I don't mean go out there and start shooting people. I don't mean be violent. But this is what civil war looks like. It's just not a hot war yet. Although, we're seeing rioting and all that, but it hasn't escalated to the point like a traditional war. But this is war. They have declared war on America, period. And, we got to treat it that way.
Absolutely.
Well said.
We should not be thinking about going out and actually fighting wars, being vigilantes or anything like that. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to be buying guns. You got to buy guns and ammo. Listen, I was thinking about it is Israeli arms bullpup. I actually was hoping I could share the screen. I wish we could do a longer show, guys. Hey, folks, listen. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be an F-22 driver, but instead I'm here saving your asses, all you people out there. So
God bless you for that.
Oh, thank you. At least I've felt the call of duty my whole life, and I guess that this is how it manifests. This is what it is now. I'm not going to be an F-22 driver, but I'm going to help to save the fucking world, and so are you guys. So look, we're showing like 30 seconds left here. So Folks, thanks for watching.
Just take us out, Rob. Bring it home. Bring us home.
Folks, this is the program.